Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with an exciting video here on breaking down the Pocket Dimensions event that's going to be live tomorrow. Now, thankfully, upon the reset time today, we actually got the additional event here getting included, so we can actually already preview the Pocket Dimensions event featuring Cabal. In addition to that, what we'll be needing to bring up in terms of a Cabal character. So if you guys recall from the recent updates and Marvel Strike Force blog posts, this new event is specifically tied back to Cabal. So that's Namor, the leader, and as well as Iron Patriot members. But now we got some clarity in game here because we can actually see the Pocket Dimension nodes in addition to the rewards, whether or not you think it's going to be worthwhile to build up these characters and teams to push even higher. So in case you guys are following along, you missed this before from past events, Pocket Dimensions is now included as part of that Dark Dimension mixture. So it isn't in game right now. We can actually take a look and we'll go through each of the nodes to see what we'll be needing. So as you can see right here on screen, guys, you just have to scroll to the right and you can actually hit Epic Campaigns. Then following that, you can hit Dark Dimension. And then the new Temporal Dimensions is actually located to the far right. So this is at the very end here of all the Dark Dimensions. After Dark Dimension 7, you can actually see it right here. They even have a leaderboard for the timed run as well. And once again, if you hit I for additional details, it is going to give you a sneak peek here of the possible rewards. And the big one with this one is that it does actually reward a 3 diamond and Ghost Spider in addition to Crimson resources, and as well as Crimson material for bio characters. So obviously Super Scroll, it would help bring him up to Dark Dimension 7 and Gear Tier 19, which is really the highlight of this if you guys want to build up this Cabal team. Now, I wasn't expecting this because obviously this event goes live tomorrow. As you can see on screen, 18 hours remaining. We can actually preview it. We can go into the nodes, guys, and we can actually start taking a look at what characters we're going to be needing and how strong the enemies are. So I haven't actually gone through and looked at this myself yet, so this is going to be a genuine reaction from myself, guys. So yeah, let's work our way top down, I guess, or sorry, in this case bottom up, and go through each of the nodes and see what enemies we're going to be up against here. So you can see here, node 1, pretty standard, these shield minion characters, and only requiring Cabal at Gear Tier 14. You should be easily blitzing through this one. So node 1 is not going to be an issue whatsoever. Does it show us the rewards here as well for each node? No. Oh, there you go. So that gives you actually some nice juicy rewards. 500k in gold. We have node 2 here, also needing Cabal. As you can see, still some shield characters, but you can see here they do get a little stronger, and they add in some of these hero characters like Nick Fury, Maria Hill, just basically more shield enemies that we're up against. I am curious though if it's just gonna be Cabal or do we have other characters involved here, right? So node 3 here also having this mixture of shield characters, but what's nice is actually 150 training mats from node 2, and the reward for node 3 here is 50 lizard shards. More of these shield characters. We can see some rebirth members, some invaders getting added in here, so you can see their levels are jumping up as well. Gear Tier 14 should still be able to get the job done, but we're getting pretty close to that territory where you might need Gear Tier 15 because we're up against a massive number of enemies, and there's only 3 members of Cabal that we have access to. Okay, node 4, same jazz. We're still only getting Cabal, so you know what? Cabal may very well be the only team that's required then. I thought maybe they would add in a teamer here and there just to be able to synergize, but it doesn't look like the case here. So okay, taking a look, node 4, we get extra gold here. We're up against some synergies here of New Avengers. So this one doesn't look too bad either. They're all at least still just Gear Tier 14 or 15, which is nice. And then I'm assuming things will probably escalate after this. So let's take a look here. So yeah, you can see here, it's even called Cabal Hard 1 versus Cabal Normal 4. So they do kind of label different sections here. So this is the normal section here in the beginning, and I'm assuming this is the hard section. So up against some defender synergies here, heroes for hire. Doesn't look too bad actually. None of them at Gear Tier 15 or 16. Sorry, none of them at Gear Tier 16 yet. Still sitting in that orange gear, which is nice. Then we finally start seeing some teal gear here in the second node of the hard section. So you can see big time Spider-Man, Weaver. We got a 2099 that we're up against. I think Gear Tier 15, 16 should still be able to get the job done here, so that's nice to see. And then Photon Shard. So yeah, it's not going to help a lot, but if you guys haven't unlocked or pushed Photon all the way to the max, well, you're going to get an opportunity to do so there. Okay, oh, and this one's nice. The third node here for the hard section, 1 million in gold. That's going to be a nice plus. And we are actually up against a scary mixture here of the Infinity Watch, in addition to some members of Darkhold. Now, 2 Morgan Le Fay's, 2 Agatha Harkness, Oh my goodness. And Doctor Strange Heartless and a Quicksilver. I don't know if Cabal can one-shot this, to be honest. Even at gear tier 16 with Cabal, it could still be tough, guys. This is where I would start taking a look at whether or not you may need to upgrade some of your characters if they're sitting comfortable right now. But yeah, like if this is already the hard section, I can only imagine what the last few nodes are going to look like. So just a heads up, guys. Okay, and then finally, the final node here for the hard section. And it does reward 200 training mats. That's actually pretty nice. But we do see we're up against now some secret offenders. So Black Cat, Robbie, Miss Marvel, Hard Light, Photon are going to be the highlights there to focus. In addition to that, we're also up against Spider Society. Now, thankfully, these characters aren't actually... Yeah, I mean, look at their power levels. They're actually astronomical here, but they're still sitting at gear tier 15, which is kind of surprising, guys. So I'm curious what that's going to look like. Maybe they just leveled them up crazily, but they didn't actually invest in their gear tier. So that is going to be interesting to see how that translates to the gameplay. Because does that mean they're squishier, but then they just hit like a truck? We'll definitely have to see. I don't really know. It's kind of hard. We haven't really seen this kind of form before for characters, so I don't know. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me. Maybe the coloring here is wrong. Who knows? And that wraps up the hard section, guys. And then finally, I'm assuming this is going to be like the very hard or the... Okay, it's called Master. So we're up against some aspects here of the X-Men synergies. We have Extreme here in addition to Unlimited. We also have DevC coupled here. Oh my goodness. I think we actually are up against the full DevC team. And oh my goodness. Yeah, the synergies of Nightcrawler with Forge and Sunspot. Yeah, this one looks very, very problematic, guys. You will probably need a gear tier 17 or a very minimum, bare minimum gear tier 17 or 18. Unless you want to take multiple attempts. That's why I am going to be curious about this, because the strategies are involved. Because we can have multiple attempts, you may be able to get by with numerous attacks to kind of feed off and weaken these characters. But remember, they have some pretty astronomical levels because they're probably built up to level 95 or 100. But thankfully, their gear tier is not upgraded all the way to max, which means their resistance and focus could be lower than what your current Cabal team is. And then finally, we have the second node here for the Master. It does reward actually diamond orb fragments, so that could be very, very good. Up against some Heralds as Guardians mixture here, coupled with some Bifrost and a big Vow at the very end. Thankfully, no one is past gear tier 16 once again, so they just have high levels. Their ISO weights are also all green still, so that's very interesting. So it's almost kind of leveling the playing field by not having them elevated to those levels, which makes me believe that maybe gear tier 16 or 17 Cabal can still get it done. Do we need 18 yet? That's going to be the big question. So last but not least, guys, this is the final mission here in order to get all the 100% rewards. And it does look like here, it gives you the Gold Spider shards here at the very first run with 2 million gold. So that's obviously nice. But the second run is going to give you the Diamond Dawn Gold Spider in addition to the Crimson Gear. So let's take a look. We're up against a full Gear Tier 16 Pegasus team. That's not terrible, but against Cabal, yeah, we don't have the bonuses, right, from Crucible. And then a lot of OG power armor mixed in with Bionic Avengers, mixed in with, oh, of course, there's multiple Kestrels. And, oh, look at that. 8 Darthawks and 4 Mark II Ironhearts, guys. So this one's going to be absolutely devastating. You're going to have this initial burst of Pegasus, and then they're going to be having a second wind here at the very, very end. Yeah, this is going to be a problematic node, guys. I can't see it being less than Gear Tier 18 for this final node. And that makes sense because they are trying to push folks to obviously pushing and investing in these characters and teams, and especially if there's more value to be had here. If I hit the 100% rewards, guys, this is for the first run. So you can see there's some juicy Crimson Gear, which can help immensely. And then if you hit the timed run here, this is the one that's going to be rewarding with the 3 Diamond Spider Gwen. So there you guys have it. That's the full details right now. It does look like Gear Tier 17 and 18 are going to be required for the very end. That's what I was curious about. But I'm also I'm confused about the power levels and so forth because they're all only Gear Tier 16. So I don't know what's visually correct right now. Are these power levels correct? It may be getting calibrated until it goes live tomorrow. So we'll see. We're going to test it out at least. My characters right now are Gear Tier 16. We'll see if I can push myself to 17 and test this out. But I'll keep you guys up to date. Hopefully this is helpful. And hopefully you guys have some time to prepare as well. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you for your time as always. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.